Bunny jump, Bhop, and sometimes drift jumping is a term mostly used in first-person shooters to refer to the act of pressing the jump key, a movement key, and the mouse to move faster, attack more efficiently, and to evade enemy attacks. Many games provide willingly or unwillingly methods of Bhopping. Quake, Kingpin, Battlefield 2, Tribes, Soldier of Fortune 2, some modern WolfRam games, and even Thief, the Dark Project have some form of Bhop. In many games it's considered a skill that needs to be learned through hard work. Of course, some does not have the patience to put in those hours to learn that skill. The videos you see is of course of different mods in the game Counter-Strike Source. Bunny jumping in Counter-Strike Source is recognized to be a very useful skill once the exact timing of the jump button is mastered, which is harder to achieve compared to other games. It allows the player to become a very difficult target to hit. By jumping in a zigzag motion, the player can cut corners extremely fast, which also gives an advantage of surprise over the enemy. It can also be used to reach certain places that is not reachable by normal jumping. As of Counter-Strike version 1.6, bunny jumping has been made harder and harder to perform, and still to this very day, Bhop functions keeps getting messed around with by Valve. In the following videos, on the right side of the screen, you will be seeing the showcase function. It's a plugin that is very useful that shows the keys that the players are pressing at that very moment of the capture. The first Bhopper we will take a closer look at is the spacebar jumper. And as you can see on the showcase pattern, the thing that identifies him is that there is no consistent jump pattern to identify. He's all over the place. And as a side note, if this is you, I would recommend that you watch a YouTube tutorial on Bhop, then get yourself to a Bhop server and learn how to become a better player. You'll be very thankful for it later. Then we have the most common Bhopper on Counter-Strike Source, the MouseWheel jumper. Every good and professional Counter-Strike player uses the MouseWheel bind. It's legal on almost every server and it will give you an enormous advantage over someone who does not know how to use it. The jumping pattern is easy to recognize by the distinctive jump, 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 pause, jump, 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 pause repetition. This is caused by the finger of the player moving the mouse wheel up and down, spamming. It's usually 2 or even 4 jump signals before the pause will show up. If you can handle the mouse wheel jump, you can get speed boost by jumping on edges, cover great distances by shorter time, and wreak havoc among your enemies. It's a great weapon. Macro, the first cheat. Macro is usually turned on by a macro button, and when it's on, it keeps on spamming the jump signal until the macro button is turned off. For example, pressing down the spacebar could turn it on, and releasing the spacebar could turn it off. Unlike mouse wheel jump, that looks like it's kinda going on and off, the macro is always on, spamming. In other words, there is no gaps between the jump spams. Getting caught using macro usually leads to punishment on most servers, because there's no skill involved. However, the macro user may not get the same hard punishment as the script user. The script user. Using scripts is using hacks, and you may risk permanent ban on many servers if you get caught. Unlike macro, script jumping is perfect. With script you will get perfect jumps and you will gain more and more speed, so it looks like the script user is almost flying through the air. That is one of its downfalls, the unnatural flowing moment and the very recognizable jump pattern. The jump pattern is kind of the opposite of mouse wheel. Pause, 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 jump, pause, 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 jump. Except that the jump signal is more inconsistent. Script is a hack and macro is a bind. One last thing to keep in mind. When a mouse wheel user stands still and spams the mouse wheel really hard, it can look like a macro. Wait for the player to play more normal, because it's hard to spam like a macro bind when using the mouse for other things than just standing and jumping up and down.